Hi, and welcome to episode 3 of Shadowrun Returns. I am Randirk of the Return of the Retro and Late Night Steamer podcasts. You should check us out. We're on the Geek Insomnia Network. That's geekinsomnia.com, where you'll find our forums and links to each of the shows on the network. Be sure to check it out. Also, I'm not going to talk a whole lot during this one either. Maybe I'll do a little bit more explaining than I did in 2, so you can follow along. But I'm not going to read everything like I did in episode 1. Let's get on with the game, shall we? Continue. And South Seattle docks. Leaving the Seamstress Union behind, you head to the docks. Going to the National Transportation Safety Board warehouse. It's located on a small strip of dock towards the last maintained end of the waterfront. So people have been stealing from the NTSB. That's terrific. He's questioning why I need to go in. I told him I was working on, or looking at the body. He didn't like, he called me a sicko for working on bodies. Apparently I need to find another way in. So I'm gonna send this streetwalker over to fuck with him. Okay, I got him distracted, but what do I fucking do now? Doesn't open the gate. Oh, there's a ladder here. Excellent. Alright, I'm over the fence. phosphorus grenade to send to my stash. And a machete concussion grenade, which I'm already carrying, I think. Send that to my stash. Alright, into where I'm supposed to go, I guess. Yeah, I'll go to the new location. So I'm inside the warehouse. It's a large gray warehouse, typical as the outside. Inside is a hornet's nest of lone Asar officers going about their business. In the center of activity is the Emerald City Ripper's latest victim. So he's questioning how I know about it since it hasn't hit the press. Warehouse used to go over the wreckage from plane crashes. The guy was a black box operator. Victim's male, mixed Native American descent, age 38. Looks like he was killed around 2 in the morning. Several internal organs were removed from his body after death. Not just one. This victim's lungs are transplants, and that's what's missing. The other organs that are missing seem to be eviscerated in the chest. Another of the victim's missing heart was also a transplant. So she's a shaman. She's gonna use her abilities to speak to her brother's, her brother, I guess, is the one that's dead. To speak to his spirit. But there's other spirits, and his is weak. I need to find personal items that belong to the victim of the plane crashes. They're the other spirits. Computer is locked with a two-factor encryption key. I can't do it. This appeared to be the victim's locker. The door is slightly ajar. Inside you see several of the dead man's personal items. Inspect the toothbrush. Blue toothbrush is still wet from it being used. It smells of mint and cigarettes. Inspect the comb. As you reach for the comb, the hair on the back of your neck stands on end. And when you take it off its little shelf, your heart thumps in your chest. Hard. This must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. You pocket the comb. Leave the locker. There's a large pile of old shoes on the ground next to the airplane seats. This could be discarded luggage or possibly shoes the occupants of the plane at the time of the crash. Dig through the shoe pile. Find nothing interesting about the shoes in the pile. Walk away. It's hard to say whether this is a heap of items and refuse recovered from a plane crash or simply trash that hasn't been taken out yet. Dig through the trash. A sticky substance of some sort seems to have seeped through the trash pile. Your hands are quickly covered with the stuff. After searching for a minute, you unearth a handful of interesting items. Inspect the earring. The earring is made out of burnished steel formed into the shape of a small salmon. An intense primal fear washes over as you touch the surface. It must be one of the items the shaman was looking for. Inspect the denim lunchbox. Denim lunchbox, seen better days. You can barely make out the face of a grinning troll on the front. Inspect the cred stick. Surprisingly, the cred stick was still functional. You slide it in your PDA and 200 yen is added to your account. Walk away. Okay, I got the 2 items for the shaman that she needed. So I guess I'll go back and talk to her. Because I can't seem to get anywhere else. Thank you. These items are all I will need. It shouldn't take me too long. What the hell is all this? McCluskey enters. So he says, this is crime scene officer, not some Salish drum circle. I'm gonna tell him watch your tone, she's in the morning. Watch your ass, else you're going to find my boot lodged up in it. Now get the hell out. Come on. If we stay much longer, I'm liable to do something I'll regret, or worse. Something I'd enjoy. So, the two of us got kicked out. That man is an ass. Can we still summon the spirit? We need to get back in there. So I have to go back to the Seamstresses Union and find people to work with on this. Oh, Coyote called me on the comm link. So she's got a cousin who's missing. His name's Chino. She needs my help to rescue him. I'm going on Coyote's crusade. A cluster of dilapidated buildings where Coyote told you to meet her appears to be the remains of a public housing project filled with human debris. We're climbing to the roof. So we're just gonna go in guns a-blazing and get Gino. And everyone must live through it. Hoi hoi, how you doing? Good day for a trip, ain't it? So I got the guy at the door here, Charlie. 5 or so more wandering around. 2 of them are bad news, covered in magic symbols. Mean. So she lost her husband and her son to the chips, and they used her daughter to record, which must be for the sex scenes. So how do I get to Jamal to get his card? Ah, that's Jamal. Oh shit. Oh, double shit. picked up a notebook that I'm looking through. So I'm looking at a client list that has private information about some of the more well-to-do or connected clientele. The entire floor of this tenement has been given over to the castle technology and squalor. Across the room, a chromed-out decker argues loudly with an armed thug, abruptly falling silent as they turn towards you. Shotgun-wielding thug squeaks in panic. It's the crew that took out Stevie J's place. I told you it was only a matter of time. Yakuza Decker, the man of the cyberdeck, calmly speaks with a heavily digitized voice. You messed with the wrong BTL lab. Oh, this is a Yakuza operation. With a push of a button, I can make these tweakers into my own personal killer puppets. You're fragged. No civilian casualties. I can't attack the chip heads. Dance for me. Got them all. You eject the BTL Gino's been writing. He gasps suddenly and his eyes flutter open. He looks confused, worse than other chipheads you've seen. His lips are white and chapped, his eyes sunk into his head. There's vomit on his shirt and sweat on his forehead. When he speaks, his words are slurred. He's burnt. What? What the hell? Who slaughtered me out? Who frag slaughtered me out? Gino, it's me, Carla. So Coyote's real name is Carla. Gino looks at her with glazed eyes, no recognition. Slap me back in, goddammit, this is bullshit. I don't want to be here anymore. Slap me back in! He looks around the room angrily. His hand reaches for his implant. Coyote grabs his wrist and stops him. Gino, no. Coyote, be careful, says Paco. Gino wrenches his wrist from Coyote's grasp and he staggers back, reaches under his shirt and pulls out a gun. Coyote watches him horrified with tears in her eyes. Gino waves it around wildly, blinking wildly. Back off. Just back the hell off. Take it easy, Gino. We're backing off. He presses his hands to the sides of his head, his fingers still on the trigger, squints. What the hell is wrong with you people? We're trying to help you, says Coyote. This is the way you help me? Look at this place. Look at me. He looks around at the squalor of the room, then glimpses his own reflection in the shrink. Oh God, look at me. Put the gun down. Those drugs can help you, Gino. We can go slow. He looks at Coyote, looks at you. We'll go slow? He drops the gun. Paco quickly scoops it up. Coyote grabs him fiercely. He slumps into her arms and she rocks with him for a long time, her head buried in his shoulder. When she looks up, she locks eyes with you, deep gratitude reflecting on her face. We're done here. I'm done. I don't need to step foot in one of these places ever again. Looking for trouble. Shannon's plan is the best lead you've got to find out more about the Ripper. But getting back into the warehouse is going to require some support in case the Decker or the Drek hits the fan. The Seamstresses Union will have exactly what you need, a fixer. Finding the necessary middlemen, a deal broker, is the key to most plans involving Shadowrunners. A good fixer is worth the new yen. I always struggle with that word. It's their job to have the contracts and know who's good at what. They'll put together a team you need. Medical support, skilled street samurai for muscle, or a Nova Hot Decker for matrix work. Knowing the shadows is a life and death gamble. It pays to hire the best Shadowrunners you can. Game auto-saved. That's excellent. Well, I think it's been about 45 minutes. I'm going to call this an episode. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you on the next one.